When most people think of danger in The Lord of the Rings, they imagine raw power on display. Dark lords commanding armies, wizards unleashing fire, kingdoms falling in open war. By that measure, Elrond rarely registers as a threat at all. He does not seek domination. He does not march at the head of legions. He does not even appear eager to shape events beyond the safety of Rivendell. Yet Tolkien's world has never defined danger by spectacle. So, here's the real question. Who was truly more dangerous? The ones who grasped for power, or the one who understood exactly how it destroys? Why did Elrond, quiet and restrained, survive every dark age while greater figures fell? And why did his greatest strength lie not in what he wielded, but in what he deliberately refused to become? Welcome back to the channel. Let's get started.
You should have stayed dead.
In the Lord of the Rings films, Elrond is framed as a figure of stability. He is the keeper of Rivendell, the preserver of memory, the voice of reason. He does not raise armies on screen. He does not unleash magic in battle. He does not dominate scenes with force. But this presentation is misleading. The danger of Elrond does not lie in what he does, but in what he chooses not to do. Peter Jackson's films emphasize his weariness, especially his skepticism toward men. When he tells Aragorn, "Men are weak," it sounds like bitterness. In truth, it is experience speaking. Elrond is not cautious because he is passive. He is cautious because he knows exactly how the world ends, and he has seen it happen before. To understand Elrond's danger, you must begin with his origin. Elrond was born during the First Age, the bloodiest era in Middle-earth's history. His parents were Arendil the Mariner and Elwing, figures so pivotal that their actions reshaped the fate of the world. His bloodline alone binds elves, men, and the divine powers of Arda. But his childhood was not one of privilege. As a young elf, Elrond witnessed the aftermath of the Third Kinslaying, the final, most brutal massacre committed by the sons of Feanor. His people were slaughtered, his home destroyed, his parents lost to the sea and the sky. Elrond and his brother Elros were taken captive, not by orcs, but by elves, the same elves who once sought the Silmarils at any cost. This matters, because Elrond learned early that evil does not always come from darkness. Sometimes it comes from obsession, pride, and the refusal to let go. That lesson shaped everything he became. One of the most overlooked sources of Elrond's quiet power is his relationship with his twin brother, Elros. After the War of Wrath, the Valar offered Elrond and Elros a choice: to live as elves, bound to the world until its end, or to live as men, embracing mortality. Elros chose mortality. He became the first king of Númenor. Elrond chose immortality and lived to see Númenor fall. This single choice defined the emotional and philosophical divide between Elrond and nearly every human leader he would ever meet. He did not just read about the downfall of Númenor, he lived through its consequences. He watched the greatest civilization of men drown beneath the sea because they sought power beyond their place. So when Elrond doubts Isildur, when he refuses to place blind faith in men, this is not arrogance, it is memory. And memory, in Tolkien's world, is power.
Destroy it!
No. One of the most debated moments involving Elrond comes from the Fellowship of the Ring film. Elrond stands beside Isildur inside Mount Doom. He urges him to destroy the ring. Isildur refuses. Many viewers have asked, why didn't Elrond force him? Why didn't he strike Isildur down? The answer reveals just how dangerous Elrond truly was. Because Elrond understood something that brute strength could never solve. Killing Isildur would not have destroyed the ring's influence. It would have confirmed it. It would have proven that power answers power. That domination is justified when the cause is righteous. Elrond did not fail because he lacked strength. He chose not to become the very thing he opposed. And that restraint preserved him when Saruman later failed. If you enjoy the video so far, don't forget to drop a like. Elrond was not merely wise, he was empowered. He bore Vilya, the Ring of Air, the greatest of the 3 elven rings. Though hidden in the films, Vilya was instrumental in preserving Rivendell, shielding it from decay, and creating a refuge untouched by time. But unlike the One Ring, Vilya did not dominate. It healed, it preserved, it resisted. That alone makes Elrond dangerous. because he wielded power without becoming enslaved by it. Saruman studied the rings and desired mastery. Gandalf feared his own potential to dominate. Galadriel openly acknowledged her temptation. Elrond simply endured, for thousands of years. Elrond did not lead armies on the battlefield, but he shaped wars from the shadows. He fostered Aragorn in secret, guiding the heir of Isildur toward humility rather than ambition.
Put aside the ranger. Become who you are born to be.
He sheltered the shards of Narsil, waiting not for strength, but for wisdom to reforge it. He convened the Council of Elrond, arguably the most important strategic gathering in the Third Age. And notice something critical. He did not decide the fate of the ring alone. That was intentional, because Elrond understood that centralized power always fails. Morgoth ruled alone, Sauron ruled alone, Saruman sought to rule alone. Elrond dispersed responsibility, because that is how evil is undone.
Build me an army worthy of Mordor.
Saruman and Elrond represent two responses to knowledge. Saruman sought control, Elrond sought balance. Saruman believed wisdom entitled him to rule. Elrond believed wisdom required restraint. Both studied the enemy, only one survived unchanged. In this sense, Elrond was more dangerous than Saruman, not because he sought domination, but because he never needed it. He could wait, and time is the most lethal weapon in Middle-earth.
Welcome, Thorin, son of Thrain.
In The Hobbit, Elrond's role is brief but revealing. He reads moon letters no one else can decipher. He identifies Orcrist and Glamdring, blades forged in Gondolin, a city whose fall he survived. This moment is subtle, but important. Elrond is not merely a host. He is a living archive of the First Age.
Moon runes can only be read by the light of a moon of the same shape and season.
When Elrond speaks, he does not speculate. He remembers. And that knowledge makes him dangerous to any power that relies on ignorance, deception, or forgotten history, which is exactly how Sauron operates. Sauron assaulted Rivendell more than once. He sent the Witch King. He unleashed shadows across the north. But Rivendell endured, because Elrond did not confront Sauron directly. He outlasted him. Sauron ruled through fear and urgency. Elrond ruled through patience and continuity. That is why, when the One Ring was destroyed, Elrond was still standing, unchanged, uncorrupted, and unbroken. Elrond never ruled an empire, commanded a dark tower, or tried to remake the world in his image. Yet he survived every age that destroyed those who did. He endured Morgoth's ruin, Numenor's pride, and Sauron's long war. So, the question remains, how many wars were avoided because Elrond chose patience over power? If you like this kind of video, join the channel and leave a like for more content like this. It really helps me out. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you on the next one.
One ring to rule them all.